Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, faithful. It is game day. The Niners and the Chargers, Sunday night football. We're waiting all day for a Sunday night. I can't wait. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Are y'all ready? Raj slander will not be tolerated. That's right. No slander will be tolerated. I'm so hyped up. I'm going to be ready to be leaving soon. I can't wait. Yo, shout out to Tom Brady. 2-0 since he got divorced. Both games against NFC West opponents. Tom Brady, he's a Niner fan growing up, baby, Bay Area boy. He's helping the Niners do what they got to do. I bet you Tom Brady would love to see the 49ers in the NFC Championship. You know what? But before the Niners even get to an NFC Championship, they got to start winning games. Second half of the season is starting today. Chargers, Sunday Night Football, prime time, all eyes on us. And I'm excited. I can't wait. We got to talk about the game. We got to preview it. We got to say, our five keys to success. What can the 49ers do to win this game? Like, what do they have to do? Obviously, limit turnovers. Obviously, don't make penalties. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. That's easy to say. We know that, right? But there's several things that they have to do to ensure victory. And one of those things is Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Jimmy Garoppolo, he's played pretty good over the last couple weeks, especially that Sunday night game or that Sunday game against the Rams. Jimmy has to continue it because they're going to try to limit him. They're going to try to make him beat the Chargers, right? The Chargers are going to try to make Jimmy beat them. He's got to get the ball out to the playmakers, get the ball out, use those screen passes to Debo, CMC, everybody that's on that offense. You got to find Ayuk. Jimmy has to play well. He can't have mistakes. He's got to limit the turnovers. And, they have to protect Jimmy. In order for Jimmy to do well, obviously we know he's got that quick release, but they got to protect him. Khalil Mack is a guy on the other side of the ball on the Chargers. I know the Chargers are banged up, but Khalil Mack has still been a force. He's a great pass rusher. And Mike McGlinchey's going to have his hands full. So they have to neutralize Khalil Mack in order to allow Jimmy to cook. Because Jimmy Garoppolo making mistakes, that's a bad recipe for the 49ers, right? Jimmy has played pretty damn good. He has played pretty damn good. But you have to get the ball to the playmakers. Feed CMC. Feed Debo Samuel, right? Get Ayuk the ball when he's open. Get George Kittle the ball in the red zone. That's what you have to do. And, I think the Niners, they've done a pretty decent job over the last few games. I know their offense is stalled, but CMC, I think he breathed some new light to them. And this is going to be the first time we really get to see CMC and Debo featured together. The first game, CMC's first game in, he was limited. Second game, there was no Debo. Now both of them are fresh, coming off the bye week. CMC's had time to learn this offense. And CMC has to, get his carries, but Debo also. So the other key is they got to get Debo going. I feel like people are forgetting about Debo. We love CMC. We saw what he did. He's King Christian. But Debo Samuel is still the straw that stirs the drink, right? I've said that so many times. If you've heard me, I say Debo is the catalyst for this offense. And he still is. He's getting paid $71 million. They got to get this man the ball in his hands. Get the ball in Debo's hands. And you know what? This is a primetime game. Someone said it earlier this week. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Christy in the comments. She's always in it. And she says this is a statement game. And she also said that primetime players make primetime plays on primetime games. That's what it is. If Debo Samuel is the primetime player of this team, he's the big ticket guy. He's going to have a statement game. And I agree, Nia. Let's make a statement. This is a statement game. Statement game, baby. Shout out to Starbucks. Little venti chai tea latte. I had to start my day right. It's been a busy morning. It has been. But, yo, what's up? How's everybody doing? You guys ready for this game? Another key. This is a good segue. Dak says Bosa's going to eat. Now, that is part of what the next key is. The next key that I have written down is, can the 49ers defense contain Justin Herbert, right? That is going to be a major key because Justin Herbert, I know they're missing weapons. They don't have Mike Williams. They don't have Keenan Allen, but they still have Justin Herbert, and he's a great quarterback, top 5 quarterback in this league, and he's a guy that can elevate anybody on this offense and anybody on his team. They have to get pressure on Justin Herbert. You have to make his life a living hell. You got to put a guy in his face, make his timing worse, make him have a hand in his face, get after the quarterback because this secondary is banged up, right? We know that we have youngsters in the secondary, Deommodore Lenoir and Ambry Thomas and Sam Womack, right? They're trying to fill in that void for Emmanuel Mosley. So they're going to try to pick apart this secondary. Charvarius Ward is great, but they're not going to throw towards this side, right? Justin Herbert needs to get pressured, and that starts with Nick Bosa. Now, they're missing some players, right? They're missing some players, obviously. Ulrich Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, but and Samson Ebicam. But they have Drake Jackson. They have Charles Omenihu. They got Kerry Hyder. They called up T.Y. McGill. They got Nick freaking Bosa. 97 at your neck. 97 at your neck. It's Nick Bosa. He's got to eat tonight. I think Nick Bosa, we talked about Debo, right? Primetime players need to make primetime plays in primetime games. Nick Bosa is a primetime player, and he's got to make primetime plays in a primetime game. And this is the thing. We all love Nick Bosa, and we know he's going to get the bag, but this is a game. We've talked about Nick Bosa being a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Like we've sat here, we've hyped it up. This is a game he has to make a statement. Like Nick Bosa needs to come out and dominate and show the world why he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Like we could hype him up all we want, but he's got to go out and make the impact plays. And I think Nick Bosa is definitely a massive key to this game. Can he get pressure on Justin Herbert? Can he be the man? Can the bear go hunting? That is a key to this game. If Nick Bosa can't hunt and take Herbert down, and they give him a lot of time to throw, he's going to pick us apart, no matter who's the secondary, right? Great quarterback. They are banged up. We know the Chargers are banged up. There's no excuses, though. They're still a relatively good team, and they got a winning record. The Niners have struggled against the AFC. They're, 0-2 against the AFC West. They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Chiefs. I hope they don't lose to the Chargers and make it 0-3. I want to improve to 1-2 against the AFC West. They've really owned the Niners so far. So Tommy says Bosa isn't going to eat. Their O-line is good. Their O-line is good, but that's what I'm saying and that is a key because if Bosa doesn't eat, Justin Herbert will eat. So that's why I'm saying Nick Bosa eating is definitely a key to this game. But I get it. Chargers have a good line. They are banged up though. They are throwing out some backups. Rashawn Slater's out for the year. But there's still a good line, right? That is still a good line out there. Another key on this game. So speaking of defensive lines and offensive lines, the Chargers' run defense has been pretty bad. I think they ranked 29th against the run. They're allowing 5.7 yards a carry. The 49ers have to run the ball. Bottom line, we know the Niners, to win the game, they need to run 30 times. We've picked that magic number. Run the ball down their throats. CMC, they got Elijah Mitchell coming back. How effective will Elijah Mitchell be? I don't know. He's coming back from an MCL sprain. Probably won't get too many carries. I'll be surprised if he gets 10 carries today. CMC, he's going to go bananas. But you don't want to overwork him. They got TDP, right? They got rid of Jeff Wilson. We'll see how this backfield looks without Jeff Wilson. Debo might get a few carries. But they have to run the ball against the Chargers. Not only do they need to run the ball to get their offense going, open up the play action, they need to run the ball to let Justin Herbert sit on the sideline. You don't want Justin Herbert out there. You want to keep him on the bench, keep him cold. That's the key to this game, is allowing Justin Herbert no time to beat you. You got to run the ball. What's up? What's up, Tracy? What's up? Appreciate you, my man. On another note, watching this Bills game and looking at Allen, man, Josh Allen's a great player. Playing with the messed up elbow. He's great. Mitchell gets stuffed and still falls for 5 yards. Cass Legion says this is a great test. Herbert is good comparison to Josh Allen. Super Bowl is going to go through the Bills this year. Yeah, Bills, Chiefs are definitely the top teams. Allen's a great quarterback. This is a good barometer for the 49ers defense. Justin Herbert's a phenomenal quarterback. again, they are banged up. So I expect the Niners to come out and take advantage, take advantage of these players that are banged up. So we'll see. We'll see. Another big key. Well, so we talked about the Niners and their run game, right? They have to be able to run over the Chargers. But there's another guy on the Chargers. We talk about Justin Herbert. He's phenomenal. They also have a guy named Austin Ekeler. Can the 49ers neutralize Austin Ekeler? And they maintain him? Can they figure out a way to stop him? I hope so, because Eckler's a monster, man, and he's a problem. I know the Niners are going to have their linebacker core finally back together. They got Azeez Al-Shahir. You got Dre Greenlaw. You got Fred Warner. They're back together. Now, how effective all three of them can be together, we'll see. Because, again, Azeez is coming off an injury, a calf injury, a knee sprain, and Dre Greenlaw is coming off the calf injury. So those two guys might be a little rusty, but they have to be able to stop Austin Ekeler. There is no Armstead. So the run defense has been a little shaky overall. So these guys have to be able to step up to neutralize Austin Ekeler. This guy's been phenomenal, man. So Austin Ekeler, I wrote his stats down. He has 60 catches for 381 yards. That's crazy. 60 catches. 60 catches. And he has 4 touchdowns. He's phenomenal in the passing game. He's just kind of like a CMC type guy. You could throw it to him in the flat, throw him the screen passes, whatever the case is, and he'll just go out and churn out yards. He's crazy out there, man. He's phenomenal. So Austin Ekeler right now, without Keenan Allen, without Mike Williams, he's their main threat. And Justin Herbert knows it. This is a guy we're going to have to try to contain. It's not going to be easy. That is definitely a monster. Monster, man. Tracy Eli is glass. Unfortunately, the Niners got a lot of players that are injury prone, man. And you're right. Best ability is availability. I don't doubt it, man. And that's the thing. Elijah Mitchell, there's a lot of pressure on him. Can he stay healthy? He missed 6 games last year. He's missed games this year. And I think he's a phenomenal player, but he has to stay healthy. They just traded away Jeff Wilson Jr., right? And, they might look bad if Mitchell gets hurt. So, but again, it was a smart move in the terms of they get something for him because he was going to be a free agent. They probably weren't going to sign him long term. At least you get something good. The Niners are good at 5th-round picks. So we'll see how it goes. Only time will tell. But you're right. The Niners have to stay healthy. That's another key to this second half of the season. They have to stay healthy. Bottom line. Like, they have great players. They have great potential. But if they're not healthy, it doesn't matter, right? So that is definitely a key, is hoping they stay healthy. Part of it's luck. Part of it's playing style. But, you hope the Niners avoid any injuries, man, because if they get hurt, it's going to really, 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 it's going to wreck them up. So we'll see. Yeah, Mostert and Wilson, Lauro says they're eating, happy for them. Yeah, I'm happy to see other players succeed. When the Niners lose players, it's always nice to see them succeed. I mean, I wish I could see them succeed with the Niners, but it doesn't always happen that way. We'll see what happens. What's in the cup? It's a chai tea, man. Nothing crazy. It's just a chai tea. Pre-gaming. Need some coffee because it's going to be a long night. I need some caffeine. Caffeinated beverages. That's what's in the cup. Caffeinated beverages. Mario says, today's game is key for OBJ to come. That's a good point, my friend, because I think this is a big game for the Niners. I think, we talked about it last night, right? OBJ, one of the teams he's linked to is the 49ers. There's the Dallas Cowboys. There's the Giants. There's the Bills. There's the Chiefs. If the 49ers win, I think it makes it a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a brain freeze. A very persuasive destination, a very, nice destination for OBJ. I think it'd be a little tantalizing. He'd be like, okay, the Niners are winning. He's always kind of wanted to come to the Niners. Might persuade him. But again, he wants to settle in for a couple of years. Maybe the Niners can persuade him and say, hey, come for a year or two. So we'll see. Appealing. Yeah, you guys got it. I don't have the adjectives this morning. My brain is a little turned off. That's why I needed the caffeine. I've been busy this morning. So compelling, appealing. I like those words. Those are good words there. It would be a compelling and appealing destination for the 49ers, for OBJ if they were to win today. So we'll see. It's definitely something to keep an eye on. But again, the Niners, they have to come out. They can't come out flat. They just had a bye week. They're getting players strong. I think people will be pissed off if the 49ers lose this game, and rightfully so. You know, you're coming off a bye. You have all this hype coming into this game. It feels like it's been 2 years since they played a game. Everybody's healthy now, relatively. Not everybody, but a lot of players are coming back. You got to go out there and win, man. You got to come out there and get this win. It's not the end of the world if they don't, but I think it would definitely be disappointing if they come out flat and they don't win. I think, again, we've said it, this is a statement game. The Niners have to come out and put up a big game. I think they have to make again, they have to come out, make a statement, and show some dominance and say, hey, look, we are one of the better teams in the league. We need to come out and just show them that. You know, I feel like they've been very inconsistent. Obviously, 4-4 record. There's some games you look great. There's some games you just don't look that great. And, you know, the thing is, I've had some bad losses. That Atlanta loss continues to look really bad. And, again, some teams, they just start slow, and then they pick it up. Look at the Bucs. Last 2 games, they've kind of picked it up, right? They started really bad, started abysmal. The Niners last year, too, they started really bad, and they picked it up towards the middle and the end of the season. So it's a tale of two halves. The Niners hopefully, you know, continue where they were last year and have a good momentum going into the second half of the season. They really turned it around, and I'm hoping they do the same this week because, again, if they lose, it's bad momentum going into the rest of the season. Now, again, there are a lot of winnable games, but, you know, it's a week-to-week thing. You got to win these games. You never know what's going to happen every week. You can't predict how teams are going to be, injuries, and people get hot at the right time. So Niners have to come out and win this game, bottom line. The key is to stop Ekeler. Rhea, I agree. Rhea is definitely a big-time person to stop on this team. He is definitely a key for the 49ers to win this game. You got to neutralize Ekeler. It's going to be a tough situation. So we shall see where the Niners go. If they can't stop Ekeler, they might have a long night, you know. Again, also on the offensive side, the offensive line part of the things for the Niners, Khalil Mack, that's another guy they really have to be able to stop. And you know, a lot of pressures on Mike McGlinchey. I think this is a guy that's getting a lot of, you know, talk throughout the season. Kid's on his last year of contract. Will they pick him up or not? And if they don't, they need to figure out the right tackle situation. His pass protection has been suspect over the years. Definitely a great run blocker, but if he's up and Khalil Mack's coming right at your face, can he be able to hold those blocks down? Because they're not going to run at Trent Williams. They're going to throw Khalil Mack right at Mike. We know it, you know. We're lucky they don't have Joey Bosa. If they had Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, it would be a tough situation. So, oh, look at this. Tracy says the fired D'Amico chance will get stronger after this game. We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know. If the Niners have a good defensive performance, then obviously it's going to it'll put those flames out. But, you know, if the Niners get dog walked, you know, people are going to point the fingers. I don't disagree with you. People like to point the fingers after a loss. You're probably right on that situation. If the Niners get kind of cooked up, I could see them pointing the finger on D'Amico. They got to point it at somebody, right? Depending on if the Niners defense plays bad. But it definitely could be possible, Tracy. You absolutely never know. That's one of those things where if the Niners lose, they're going to find a way to look at and how they lost. And I feel if the Niners are to lose this game, it's because Ekeler and Herbert just dominate them. But, you know, I think last game the 49ers did a good job of making adjustments in the second half. D'Amico as well as Kyle Shanahan. So we'll see. It's all about making those adjustments. And then the last point we got to talk about is 2 of the wins the 49ers have had are against the Rams. We got to throw that out there. 2 games against the Rams. The Rams have not looked good this season. Look like a Super Bowl hangover is, you know, on their team. They just look like they're drunk. They threw up. The Rams are not that great. And the Niners typically play them really good in the regular season, right? Under Kyle Shanahan. Pretty much owns McVay, except the one damn time it mattered most, we lost the game. But with that being said, is how much of the 49ers resurgence and that win they had last week had to do with them being a really good team, and how much was it them playing the Rams? You know what I'm saying? So they know it's a very common opponent. It's a very winnable game when they play the Rams most of the time. So how much was playing that opponent, you know, going into how much did that factor into that win last week, you know, the following week? We'll see, man, because this is definitely a team that they're not too familiar with. So these are the games you have to really circle and see how they play. Like you guys said, this is a good barometer game for the Niners. They're playing a great quarterback, and they got to be able to stop Justin Herbert. Because if they give him time to throw, him and Ekeler are going to eat this team apart, man. So we'll see. Screen passes, you know they're going to do those damn screen passes to Ekeler. And the Niners are so susceptible to that, dude. Like every damn time, it's like little dink and dunk screen passes. The Niners can't stop it. They got to fix their tackling because that's something that's been an issue. I love Hufunga. We talked about it earlier this week. Can he make those big tackles? He's missed some angles. He played phenomenal the first 3 games of the season. He had the concussion, and he seemed a little slow down a little bit, and he missed some bad tackles. So he's got to clean that up. We'll see what happens. So let's go. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'll open it up, take a few questions, and then I'm going to bounce out here in about a few minutes, 5-10 minutes. I'm going to start getting ready to head out to the game. Levi Stadium, man, I can't wait. I hope everybody else is out there. If you guys are out there and you see me, say what's up. It's going to be a fun time tonight. I hope we get the dub because I hate going to the games and losing. It's a shameful walk home. It's a very shameful walk home. So we'll see what happens. What's up, Niner Gang Wolfcast, my man? Yep, safe travels. Thank you, brother. I hope you're doing well too. Maybe we'll start up. Maybe we'll get a show going on one of these weeks. I'll hit you up this weekend. We can plan something out, my man. I see you've been grinding yourself. Am I going live after the game, Terrence? You know the vibes. After the game, we'll do initial reactions, win or loss. No matter what happens, we're gonna do a little initial reaction. Then I'll come home. We'll go live. Hopefully the quad box joins me. We'll talk about it. We'll break down the game. You know what we do. We do it every week. Nothing changes. I'm gonna be at the stadium. I'll try to get some content as much as I can, as always. So we'll see what happens. It's definitely a good litmus test for the Niners, though. I think the Chargers are a solid team, and the Niners need to get a good quality win under their belt. That is one thing I feel like the Niners don't really have yet. Because, again, I don't say the Rams are too much of a quality win just yet. They haven't proven that they're a quality team yet, Again, coming off a huge blunder these past few weeks. Like, the Rams have been kind of decimated by injuries. They just don't seem to have that same pop as they did last year. Matt Stafford's been battling injuries. So I think the Niners need a really good quality win. And this could be it coming off of the bye. So we'll see. All right. Let's see. A couple more questions here, and then we'll head out. I hope you guys again have a good rest of your day and enjoy the football games. It's been nice. It's nice to enjoy the games. You got the red zone on. Watch the football games. You don't have to stress out. And you wait all day for the Sunday night football game. It is kind of nice. I mean, it's been a long wait, so might as well wait a little longer. So, Steve-O says the key to this game is Drake Jackson and the rest of the D-line stepping up. Bosa can't do it all, and good teams like the Chiefs will chip Bosa and try to neutralize him. Yeah, that's a very good key and a very good comment there because we said Nick Bosa has to be able to get to Justin Herbert, right? He's a big key to this game. But teams definitely try to neutralize him. And now you don't have Armstead, right? Now you don't have Ebicam. That's less players to get pressure and help Bosa take pressure, take those double teams and, offensive linemen away from him. So absolutely true. Teams exactly like the Chiefs did. They figure that out. They chip them. When the Niners play the Packers, that is definitely a tactic they employ. They try to chip out Bosa, man. And it's tough. He does so much work. He's grinding. You can see him. He's getting held and still pushing through the line. But somebody's got to step up. I agree. Drake Jackson, he's going to get a big opportunity. We talked about it earlier this week. He's got to take advantage of the ops, right? You got to seize the moment. When players are hurt and you're a young player, you're going to be, thrown into the fire. So can Drake step up? I hope so. Because if he can't, Bosa's going to have a long night, and Herbert's going to have a lot of time, and that's not good. He's going to be like a surgeon out there. So you just can't give Justin Herbert time in the pocket. So David says, "What up, faithfuls and Raj? Are we going to get this win?" I think we are going to get this win. Again, my prediction was 30-23, and let's hope they escape this game without any injuries. The last time the Niners played a game against the Rams, there was no injuries. That was the best news of the week. So let's hope they continue that trend. We don't need any more injuries out there. This is always a brutal time when you see your boys go down. So let's hope they stay healthy. Let's hope they stay, off the injured list. And let's get this dub. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you at the game if I see you. If not, we'll be live a little later. Again, after the game, and we'll talk about it. We'll break it down, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Let's go, Niners.